our number two prospect. So let's move on to talk about the third head on the three-headed Cerebus, Blake Mitchell. Blake Mitchell Younger, as you alluded to a moment ago, I think that he may have some interesting traits. You know, we talk about the power and we talk about the upside for Ramirez. We talk about how Jensen has such immaculate power. But I'm curious, what about Mitchell? What's putting him at number two above the other two guys that you and I clearly both like?
He has power. Like the power is crazy with him. He's a good athlete too. I think that he can move off catcher and be totally fine as a prospect. At certain points in his like high school career, people thought he was going to move to third base and full time and be good. And I think that ultimately there's a chance that that's where he ends up. And I think Blake Mitchell has the chance to be a middle of the order type bat. It's 25 to 30 home runs. I think in a good offensive ballpark. I think that he is a good defensive catcher. But I think that there's a chance that if they want to, they could move him off of that spot. Take out some of the bumps and bruises and really just allow that bat to play. Like it's a passive approach at certain points. He walks a lot, but also he doesn't swing and he doesn't get super aggressive. So that's like the ultimate issue with him. But I think we're talking about a guy with a 70 arm. Like he's a good runner. Like he could go play right field, go play third base. Maybe in a dream scenario, he plays catcher once or twice a week. He goes to third base. He sort of becomes like this really interesting utility piece because he has the athleticism to handle that.
Something like, I guess Isaiah Connor Falefa, except with more offense, maybe.
Yeah, with much more offensive juice.
Dream World Kyle Schwarber, even
Yes.
with the versatility, I should say. Schwarber is kind of a monster. But what I'll say about Mitchell is that the speed, in terms of, you were talking about it in terms of kind of the fleet-footedness that could play in the outfield. He's a good runner in terms of stolen bases as well, guys. This is a catcher who can contribute in the stolen base category, which is increasingly rare. I know a couple of years ago I looked at it in terms of determining which catchers provide X% of what you can expect from the overall catching pool in stolen bases. JT Realmuto was something in like the 20% of stolen bases you can get from JT Realmuto. So he essentially was just a cheat code. Now, Mitchell may not be quite that good in terms of stolen bases, but he's certainly a plus in that category, especially. Another thing is kind of an intangible thing that you're not going to ever see on the stat sheet. Blake Mitchell's a leader. I think that he is a guy he has a lot of leadership qualities. He's just one of those players that's a real world baseball player, immaculate value that he brings in things that you don't see necessarily on the score sheet. So big fan of Blake Mitchell as well. He was the first round pick in 2023.